Wake up. It's the J.Soul morning show. And of course, I always bring the best of the best guests to the show. Today, I have Brandi, and she's going to be talking about being a shaman. Now, if you don't know what a shaman is, you need to stay tuned because we're going to learn together, okay? We're going to do something together. J.Soul morning show, and it's Brandi. What's up, Brandi?
Rich Rising, Kings and Queens. So excited to be here with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I don't want to mess up your last name. Is it Mazeshian?
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, Brandi Mazeshian is on the J Soul Morning Show, y'all. Tell everybody where you are today.
Wow. I am literally in the middle of nowhere in the Ozark Mountains. I love mountain energy, and spirit tends to move me from mountain to mountain. I'm in the Ozarks right now.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Are you on a specific journey or how? Like, tell me something
Uh,
about it.
Absolutely on a specific journey, right? As you know, this is that time on the planet.
Mm,
And I'm on the front lines of the spiritual warfare happening. So I go wherever
mm,
spirit tells me to go. Most
true.
recently, I was in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Now I'm in the Ozark Mountains, probably the Rockies next. So
Okay,
my journey has me moving at specific times to show up where God needs me to be to have the conversations that I need to have.
okay, okay. So that's perfect. Like I know Blue Ridge is in Georgia. Ozark, where's that?
Arkansas,
Okay. Wow.
yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the journey getting there, and
Mm.
because you mentioned you're a shaman. Tell our listeners what a shaman is.
Okay, in really simple terms, a shaman is someone who is able to connect with the spirit realm and bring messages back to this side or healing remedies back from the other side to this realm.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Hmm.
So tell me your journey discovering that you had this gift. How did this all start? Where are you from? Give it like give us a
Yes,
sense because people don't know how good of friends we are, and
yes.
but we're gonna get into it as we get into this conversation. So give us
Okay.
a little bit of background.
All right. So I would say my own awareness started at 8 years old, right? But
Okay.
my story, as my family could tell you, started when I was 4. And
Hmm.
so at 4 years old, I displayed very intense, powerful spiritual gifts.
Okay.
Um, some people call them psychic gifts. I use psychic and spiritual interchangeably when it comes to giftings. Okay, you'll see why in a
Okay.
moment. So when I was younger, I was able to move things with my mind, including people. As you can imagine, this concerned my parents. So, they took me to
I'm
be
sure.
tested. They took me to be tested and they found out that I was off the charts intelligence wise, all this kind of razzmatazz, right? So I was 4 years old in the first grade. That's kind of what they thought they should do with me at that time was just put her in a higher class and that'll fix it. Um,
Okay.
it didn't. But I was fortunate. I was fortunate that the school that I went to in the Metro Atlanta area took gifted kids like me and put us in the woods. So while other
Mm.
kids went to school and went to sat in the classroom, I would go to school and get on a bus and they'd drive us up to Dahlonega to the Blue Ridge Mountains and we'd be in the woods all day. And
Mm.
this really helped me establish a very deep connection with earth, with nature, and of course with the divine.
Okay.
Instead of being in a room with teachers and, don't do this, do this, I got to be
Hmm.
outside in nature. And so that really kind of opened something up inside of me. And by the time I was 12, I sorted out that I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
I wanted to make people feel better. Okay.
Gotcha.
I went to college to do it, got a job in a hospital after graduating, uh, you know, clocked in the NICU and PICU unit at UNC Chapel Hill,
Okay.
and probably lasted a year before I realized, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Right.
So that was like, really the beginning of this really intense, I'm going to call it secondary spiritual awakening, because my first spiritual awakening, I was 8 years old, right? The divine came to me and said, this is who you are. This is what you do. I was 8 years old. So I was scared, like, what? You know, um,
Mm.
but by the time I got to 21, I could accept it. I could accept that I could see things about people that other people couldn't. I could hear God clearly. It wasn't a challenge for me to hear God. The challenge that I quickly found out was being obedient to what I was
Okay.
hearing. Okay, that was a
Gotcha.
real challenge.
Mm.
But about that time, I sorted out I am here to heal people, just not with Western medicine. I'm here to connect people to God, just not in this traditional way. And
Right.
I then discovered, talking to my parents at the time, that I had shamanic medicine women on both sides of my family. So I had
Mm.
literally inherited all of these spiritual gifts from both sides of my family. And, oh my goodness, the world exploded for me. And not even in a
Wow.
great way, but in a very intense way.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break and we're going to get Brandy back. And when she comes back, she's going to talk about things exploding for her in a very big way, in a very intense way. You already heard her say she has psychic gifts that she's had since she was 8, spirit visiting at 8, telling her, hey, look, this is how you bring people to God, hearing God's voice. So when we return, we'll have Brandy back on the J.Soul Morning Show, and she's going to speak a little bit more about that conversation, okay? Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
Go to the music stop. My bad, I had you extra loaded over here.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And I am shadow banned often on social media. You are correct. The energies that be have no interest in my voice being shared. So
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, soon as you're like, "Yep, I hear the voice of God. I want to talk to the people." Skirt,
Yep.
stop
Yep.
her, y'all. We gotta stop her.
That's
We gotta
it.
intersect.
That
Nah, but
is
they're not
it.
gonna intersect today. We're on a decentralized platform. Nobody can
Excellent.
take us down. This isn't social media. This is Floor 62, and if it ain't fun,
Yes.
it ain't Floor 62.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So before our commercial break, we had you were talking about things exploding for you in a big way, but it was intense. And
Yes.
yeah, so our listeners we were on the edge of our seats. So
Yes.
tell us.
So if you can imagine, I'm 21. I live in Atlanta. I'm having fun, and I meet friends out. Hey, how you doing? They say, "Oh, I'm good," but I could both see and feel their truth.
Mm-hmm.
I could see their past 24 hours. I could see that argument. I could see that, I got fired, I got evicted. I could see it. And so I was left
Mm.
in this really interesting space of, do I honor what they're telling me, or do I speak to what I'm seeing?
Okay.
That's a challenge.
So 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 how do you decide that?
Well, it took me the better part of 15 years to learn how to
Mm.
balance both, to learn how to
Okay.
honor the person's truth that they were speaking and still hold space for
Mm-hmm.
the healing that I could see was really happening in the background.
Mm-hmm. Got
And
it.
I met you
Got it.
during a time where I was really going in and honing my skills, right? Where we met
Okay.
was a great place for me to dig in and
Mm-hmm.
practice my listening, but also choose to honor my own gifts.
That's right. That's right. Um, I feel like they gave us a lot of tools to really listen to people, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have any gifts, it absolutely helped you increase them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to talk about that journey at all? Um,
We
Coaching
can.
people, or
We
yeah.
can. It was such a big part of my life. Let's see, I had been coaching for some time before I met you at Landmark, and
Hmm.
then I was there for 6 years as a program leader and staff member, coaching people all over the country, literally from all over the world. It's an international organization, so we got to not only meet each other, but we met some pretty heavy hitters from almost every industry, from every market, right? Um,
Right.
so I got to not only enhance my coaching skills and again my listening skills, but connect with people from different walks of life that I probably would not have otherwise. That's something we were very proud of, is that this group, this work that we were doing was bringing together, opposing sides into a
Hmm.
conversation of what's possible when we work together. And I
Right.
still love that about the work that we did.
Hmm.
And, like anything that a human creates, we were in this brilliant conversation for workability and integrity on the planet
Hmm.
while being challenged with a lack of integrity inside the organization itself, right? So it's
Mm.
like both and.
Mm. You know, it's something interesting to talk about when you say there's a lack of integrity inside of a corporation, especially
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we talk about churches, or we talk about
Mm-hmm.
the government and all of it, because these are all entities that the people count on them to work the way they're supposed to work. When you go to a seminar and people are helping you, you want it all the intentions to be right. When you
Mm-hmm.
to go to church and you hearing the word and all of it, you want the energy to be right. You want the integrity to be
Mm-hmm.
right. You don't want stuff
Mm-hmm.
to be going on behind the closed doors that you got to
Right.
find out. You know.
That's right.
But I feel like a lot of organizations, especially if they've been around for a while, what happens is some corruption happens because people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations about what it will take to correct what's going on. And then when you do have conversations about what needs to be corrected, now you're a threat. You know,
Yes.
now like,
Yes.
Thomas come up here talking about we need to fix this and we need to fix that. Like he got ideas and like,
Yes. Yes, exactly that. And, you know, I will tell you my experience with that is whenever I position myself as a corporate consultant or business coach, and there was a monetary exchange, people seemed a little bit more willing to shift. But when I show up in this space, the same as a shaman, hey, look, what the root cause of this is spiritual. The root cause of this is you're disconnected from the divine. People are not interested in that level of integrity, but it's so foundational. It's so foundational, you know?
Yeah, like, hey, you probably haven't talked to God in a few,
Yeah.
and he'll
Yeah.
listen to you. You know, you can talk to him. Yeah, every morning.
And look, religious trauma is real. I want to say that because there are some people listening who may have had some really not, like we're talking about, they've experienced some religious situations, some organizations where there was corruption rather than integrity. And so now they're like, no, I don't talk to God because he allowed this or he allowed that. So I don't want to downplay. Religious trauma is real. And
Hey, look, y'all got to come back for part 3. Y'all got to come back for part 3. This is getting really, really great, y'all. This is getting really great. And we'll be right back after this. Make some noise for Stan Wilder. Brandi. Y'all, I have the best friends in the world, man. They come and they show up and they step in. And when you need them, when we got it back on y'all, it's Brandi. I want you to finish your thought. Do you remember where you were?
Yes. And to really bring it all together, this personal connection that we're all meant to have with the divine, it's separate from religious, it's separate from culture, it is personal to you. It's unique to you, because we're all unique expressions of the divine. And I truly believe that is what we see that is under attack around the world right now. There is this desire to have us all behave the same way, think the same way, do the same thing. It's not the divine blueprint. It's not what was in mind when we were created.
Right.
It is a new form of slavery, and I will continue to speak out about it. And hey, I have compassion for the people who don't want me to share this truth, because it tears down these kingdoms of greed and corruption. It forces them to change how they live, and I understand that's uncomfortable. And there are billions of people starving for this knowledge, starving for this confirmation that they're on the right path, starving for this truth that there's nothing wrong with them, that God made them perfect and unique, and they get to walk that path. I really feel very strongly that this message is critical right now. It will allow each one of us to disconnect from the matrix in the way that we are meant to, at the time that we are meant to.
I will say that it's starting to be a common theme on our show. I don't know if I'm leading the conversation or the conversation is being led, but it's absolutely happening where we're talking about the kingdom of God. Yeah. We're not talking about being in the four walls of the church or being in the four walls of America. We're talking about a global consciousness where people come together for real, and we realize, like you said, we cannot disconnect from the divine, because we are divine. Because it really is a mission. It's a mission to give people information. It's a mission to give people awareness. It's a mission to connect people with themselves, and you know, in this realm, in the spiritual realm, and to give people some insight on their journey. You know, so if we can do that and we can connect people with this platform, I absolutely want to, you know, because you're right. When it comes to social media and everything, the algorithm is going to push messages like this away.
Yes.
Because there are some people who pretend to do what we do, you know, and that can be dangerous as well, you know.
Yes. You know, to your point, I love that you said that. I feel like a lot of those people are being exposed right now. I call them the great pretenders. It's like it's almost like kind of how I choose to see it is they've been placeholders for us while we were being groomed, right, by the Most High to take our spot. And so and I'm going to speak very discreetly, I truly believe we're watching the fall of the great pretenders across several industries, making room for the true stars to rise. Okay.
Exactly.
That is my. That's my
no. Because we've seen it across the board. We've seen nepotism destroy politics. We've seen nepotism destroy the music industry. We've seen corruption destroy so many parts of the world where we're like. I was watching a conversation with Trevor Noah and another gentleman, and they were talking about how world peace and togetherness right now in our society sounds like cheesy and a corny conversation.
Yes.
And how do we bring this back? Because we all agree that it's necessary to have peace. It's necessary to have togetherness. But why are we so in a norm of separation and beef and tragedy and, you know, and separatism? and and injustice. So these conversations do have to come in and help flood the mind, and we have to give people mindfulness. And what does that mean? What does it mean to tap into yourself? What does it mean to listen to, the other side for guidance, Because I think that God is talking to all of us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
I
is,
love and appreciate that you said that.
mm-hmm. What is something you want to go forward? And I think we're having a small delay. That's the only reason why our chemistry is going off. The internet wants to mess us up, but we're not going to mess up. We're going to beat it up. Give us some insight on, and I'm not trying to ask you to be psychic, but something that you see that you feel like will help our listeners or assist our listeners with what's going on in society and what we can look forward to.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Two things immediately come up. Number one, regardless of who you are, where you come from, you really want to be working with your ancestors. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay. I'm a woman from the South, so we usually had grandma and granddad's picture, in the living room.
Okay. Yeah.
We made those recipes at the holidays. We still honor, my grandparents passing. That's really important. Science tells us that we have 14 generations of information in our DNA. So to put it simply, you are living your ancestors' life, whether you realize it or not. You're repeating patterns from your ancestry. Now, the thing is, you weren't there at the beginning when the pattern was formed, but they were. So when you're trying to overcome a limiting belief or overcome an obstacle in your life that just seems persistent, no matter what you do, you can't move that mountain, your ancestors probably have the help you need. Okay. They did something, or they saw something that had them make a choice, and you are literally carrying that choice forward. Okay. For those of us who are people of color, man, a lot of these choices, we need to rewrite them immediately. Okay.
Gotcha.
These vows of poverty that we took, the way that we eat that brings sickness into our body, this is ancestral for us. We need to rewrite this. Okay. And along that same line, the second thing I'll share is when we talk about unity, standing together, peace, a world that works, the path forward is when we each acknowledge who we are as individuals.
So if you imagine trying to work with somebody that you don't know, trying to do a construction job with someone you've never met before, you're like, I don't trust this guy. How do I know they can pull their weight?
Right.
The way to get to know someone is to get to know them. And as long as we're all being coerced to being the same, we can't know each other. What we're being kind of herded into is this comparison lifestyle, where we dress the same, think the same, talk the same, listen the same, eat the same. That way we can keep comparing and judging ourselves and the other person, which keeps us separated. It's super tricky, but if you just sit and look, if you will allow yourself to be an individual, show up as the unique person you are, the people in your life get to know you, and they can choose whether they want to mess with you or not. If they do want to mess with you, then guess what? You have the opportunity to create an intimate connection where you know each other, and now you can stand united. Now you can stand together. This is the part of unity consciousness that we keep trying to leave out. We must individuate first. Then we can stand together. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's tricky. It's tricky because it's like, oh no, but if we hold hands and if we pray together, and if we but it hasn't worked. I mean, if you look around, it hasn't worked. What we haven't done yet is allow each one of us to show up as the unique, crazy, weird, outstanding, extraordinary people we are, and then connect in that authentic manner.
Got it. Just connecting authentically as ourselves, instead of everybody trying to be the same, everybody on the same path. Be like, oh, well, he's got a Ferrari before me. Oh, he got a bigger house than me. Oh, he got a...
Yep.
And at the end of the day, what does that even mean? Like, the whole comparison age and the whole algorithm age. If you're a DJ, you know, the internet's going to show you 1,000 other DJs who doing something better than you. If you're a model, you're going to see somebody who's modeling a lot more than you. If you're a drummer, you're going to see somebody who's a lot better than you. It's just like, okay. But anyway, like you said, let's get to know each other. Let's be on our paths, and let's not be jealous or anything like that. Let's enjoy where God has us, and we can meet together, you know, in that fashion.
That's it.
What do you want to leave the people with? Because I'm definitely going to have you back on the show. You're a Floor 62 member. We've known each other for a while, and there's a lot of messages that both of us have to get out, and it helps when there's strength in numbers.
Correct. So I would say I actually started a podcast today called The Sacred and the Profane. I recorded an entire episode and then watched it disappear into the ethers. So you can imagine what was in that episode, right?
Oh no!
I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's get it. The messages are gonna come out right. Anyway.
J.Soul.
Shop at Hollister's, eating apple dodging. Saturday I rock a true religion with the Prada. Money I got a lot of, pockets filled with guap. Money I got plenty, gotta buy it all and leave them all empty. Hit them all, I be stacking, 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 man. Riding all that, getting money, 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 man. I'ma fall till I fall. Got a mag, got my swag on 100, man. Hit them all, I be stacking, 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 man. Riding all that, getting money, 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 man. I'ma fall till I fall. Got a mag, got my swag on 100, man.
That what shawty do. Sound 60 cool. When I'm with the fam, hopping out the lamb. All I know is turn it up and all I know is play. G4, G5, all I know is J. When it bought that ass, that thing got shitted on the bed. 5 times 10, man, I put that on my chest. Hottest in the city, I go hard on all the red. Bidding for a show and I ain't taking nothing less. Crosses on me everywhere, like oh my God, I'm blessed. Bidding for a show and I ain't taking nothing less.